Hi guys, the mental obsession and toll of shopping at Hermes is absolutely real. If you have any doubt of what I'm saying, you would know that this is true from other YouTube videos that you've seen where people are constantly thinking about Hermes and about the different products. You would see it in the huge plethora of posts on the Reddit forum, the Hermes game, on the Purse forum, all these people spending time thinking about their love of Hermes, what they want to buy next, but also how things are going as they're progressing towards that much wanted quota bag. So when I'm talking about the mental obsession, I'm not just talking about the want for playing the game and achieving that special quota bag, the Birkin, the Kelly, or the Constance. I'm talking about when Hermes takes over your life and your adoration of the brand supersedes just the love of the quota bag. And I believe that's where I am, where you absolutely adore researching the different types of leathers. You absolutely adore thinking about all the options of how you could decorate your house, how you could wear different items and use them in unique ways to make them fit into your lifestyle. So that's where I am, where I feel like I have a pre and post Hermes obsession moment in my life, a pre Hermes obsession in my life where things were normal, and a post where I'm constantly thinking every day. There isn't a single day where I don't look into something that's Hermes related, or it doesn't cast over my mind something that might be related to Hermes or a product that I've seen before. Now, it does come with a little bit of a mental toll because, of course, I do have a little bit of an obsessive personality, and I did know the moment when this was starting to happen, and I happily and willingly let it happen because I felt like I was able to deal with it. But of course, I do have to warn you, if you're on the edge of the cliff and you're about to fall in, it's a wild ride. It's a fantastic ride. You're going to enjoy it, and hopefully I continue to enjoy it. But of course, it does have to be healthy. You still need to function. You still need to run your regular life. And I think the moment where you feel like you're not able to go to work, look after your kids, function as a normal human being, have fairly normal mood changes, then I think that's the moment then you've got to stop. But I'm talking about this, in jest. This is my mental obsession, and I wanted to run over some of these things that come across my mind just to see if they come across yours too. So I have been known to scroll the website rather obsessively, and to the point where I even notice when there's changes in text. So just about a few weeks ago, some of the text did change. I'm always well aware of when new things come onto the website. I can zoom in and have a look at little details, and I pretty much know every ready to wear season and what it looks like. I also do happen to peek in on other countries' websites as well, have a look at theirs and see how it differs to ours. And I do this because I'm genuinely interested in their products. But of course, this takes up time. It does feed the obsession, but it is part of my love of the brand. The other thing that does take up time and mental space is Googling history of pieces. If you really are shopping with Hermes because you enjoy the history, you have a very big rabbit hole to fall into because there's just so much history. It's so fascinating to know that the Constance bag was named after the daughter of the designer who was pregnant at the time when she was starting to design it, and she named her daughter Constance, and the bag became Constance. I can't remember exactly what date this was, how old the Constance bag is. If I find out, I'll pop it down below. But I find that absolutely fascinating. I find it really amazing to consider all the different leathers, how there's different type of chev leathers, and all this sort of stuff, and the detail that Hermes puts into their products can really take a lot of time. You can constantly be thinking. I don't think there's ever going to be a moment where you will completely be on top of every item that Hermes does release. There are things related to Hermes that probably don't come into play when you shop with other fashion houses. So because it is very hard to obtain Hermes pieces, even just regular pieces, you'll find that if your SA does message you and says that an item is in, you're going to want to drop everything and run to the store and get it, because there's only a certain period that they'll be able to hold it for. And we're not just talking about quota bags, we're talking about things like, tableware, shoes, a rodeo or pagasse that comes in a rare color that doesn't come out often. So if you're someone that really has an adoration for a certain type of piece and it comes in, you get so much excitement out of it. Even if it's not a quota bag, it's just something that you've admired and you've loved in a certain color, and you just want to go for it. You may, because of that, end up buying things that you consider less. You might shop with a little bit more abandon because you often can't get these products. So when they do come in, you can't really stop and think about this. And I had this the other day. There was a rodeo that I saw in a particular shade. I saw it and I paused for a moment and I thought, you know what, I'll come back and think about it and get it next time. And when I came back to get it, it wasn't there anymore. And I've had some serious cases of regret after that. And it really made me think, if you love a piece and you're in the position where you can afford it and you can get it that time, and it's going to kill you if you don't manage to get it, I think go for it. There also comes with shopping with Hermes this relationship with your SA. Now, I absolutely adore my SA. I think he's absolutely fabulous. But part of shopping with the Hermes house, which is different to shopping with other fashion houses, is that they do put this huge emphasis on maintaining a relationship. So you do have to come in and show your face, and which I absolutely adore. Going shopping with my SA, but coming in regularly, having this texting relationship where they might let you know products that are in, and you might let them know of something that you're interested in. But it also comes with with this worrying about is your relationship with your SA going okay? Are your texts too long? Are they not succinct enough? And so you're wasting your SA's time. Have you offended your SA? Have you spent too much of your SA's time during an appointment? So all of those tiny obsessive little things can build on the mental toll of thinking about your shopping experience with Hermes. And certainly there's been times where I've edited a text and I've been like, oh, this text is too wordy. Let's reduce that a little bit more, because of course these SAs, they get hundreds of texts. There must be hundreds of people messaging them all the time. Do you have this in? Can I make an appointment? So I think you've got to keep it fairly short and sweet when you're messaging your SA, and trying to get to the point so that they can filter through all those messages and hopefully give yours enough attention too. Now, when I talk about regular shopping with your SA, yes, for some people it feels like a chore to go in and taking time out of the schedule. I sort of have the opposite. I am trying to restrain myself. I would love to go in there every week. I have the best time with my SA. And in fact, often I'm in there and then I think to myself a few days later, oh, I'd love to go in again. I think there's this other piece that I saw on the website. I wonder if it's coming to the store, or my SA might have said in a few days this is coming in, or they've messaged you and mentioned that there's an event or something for you to come in for, and you just want to pop in again. And seriously, I could be there every few days, and it's really with a lot of restraint that I've had to pull myself back and go, you know what, you should really only be in there every few weeks at the very least. And I do try to cap it at least once a month. I think that's that just needs to be the normal thing for me to do. Because I have such a great time with my SA, often I have to stop myself and redefine my relationship with my SA in my head. They aren't my best friend. I'm well aware of that. There is the same normal part of me that has to come in and be sensible and say, they aren't my best friend. They are wonderful to me. He is absolutely wonderful to me, and we have a great time. Would he give two hoots about me if we weren't shopping in this Hermes boutique together? Probably not. But it's only because we have such an organic and fun relationship. It can be really hard to draw the line. Obviously, you watch YouTube, this is why you're here. TikTok, Instagram, all of those things have regular unboxings, not just of quota bags, but all sorts of fantastic items. And this makes it so hard to hold back. You just want to get into the store, you just want to research this item. So you're constantly reading and thinking about these things all the time. And this can take up brain space. It takes up brain space for other stuff too, because you're constantly wanting to know more about these special items. It also has a bit of a toll when you're waiting out for a quota bag and you're seeing that every second person is unboxing a bag, and if you can pinpoint if they're from the same store or from the same country as you, it does play on your mind. Would I have been offered that bag? Is it the right time for me? And I think the only way to think about it rationally is often these people have waited out a greater time than you, or they've done a greater spend than you. All these other factors come to play. So I think comparison really is the thief to joy. You just can't compare yourself to other people all the time. Everyone has a different financial situation, a different shopping experience. You don't know the finer details of all these social media influencers, how their lives are. So it really is, you have to play your own journey and you have to be happy with whatever happens. It is, of course, very hard to feel that way every day, but a journey is unique to each person. And so, as I've said before, and you'll hear over and over again, don't buy pieces that you wouldn't like in isolation without heading towards a quota bag. And I think that is, for me, what makes things easier. Yes, I do absolutely adore the quota bags. My Hermes obsession goes way back to the early 2000s, but I had a bit of a break from my obsession and then I came back to it fairly recently. But I think you do have to absolutely adore the brand, adore the items, and be happy with whatever piece you get. You're getting it in isolation, and if you do get a quota bag, then that is an absolute bonus too. Just coming back to the SA relationship, I know the forums and the Reddit sub littered with people stressing over their relationship with their SA and how they can ask for a quota bag, whether they've met the right pre-spend, whether they've bought the right sort of things. So clearly other people have this playing on their mind too. It is something, and I admit it absolutely for real, that of course if something is more scarce, and this is what Hermes does so well, if something is extremely scarce, you do want it more. I'm completely aware of that. I know that I'm falling right into that, not just with a quota bag, but with items as well. It is really nice to know that there is a scarcity of these items and not everybody has them. That is what makes it so special. It's not like going into Gucci or Prada and whatever you want, you just put your money down on the table and you say, I want that, and it's going to come in. This is part of what makes the Hermes shop experience a game of its own. So I do know that a lot of people are concerned. Have they asked for their wish list in the right way? Is it the right time to ask? Look, there really is no perfect answer for any of these, because your SA is just as unique as you are and just as unique as your own journey. So even though it does help to ask other people in the same boutique or other people's experiences, whether or not their advice is going to help you or not, I think that's all part of the fascinating part of shopping at Hermes. And it really is like a chess game. Every chess game is completely different to a game that's been played before, and the fact that there are no rules, there are no set rules on how to shop at Hermes, there are so many different factors that play in different regions. This is what makes part of it enjoyable, but part of it just so mind-bogglingly frustrating at times. But I feel that when you do reach the highs of finding a piece that you really adore, it's really, really all worth it at the end. I do think that if you are going to start shopping at Hermes, it does need to come with a certain degree of mental fortitude, that you've got to understand that patience is part of it. You're not going to get everything that you absolutely want. It's absolutely certain that you will miss out on some pieces that you want. but you will end up getting other pieces that you may adore even more. And I think that's also what's so fabulous about shopping at Hermes. You may have something really set in your mind that you think you absolutely need, but then your SA might surprise you with something slightly different, or something might come in stock that you didn't realize was going to come in, and you end up adoring that product even more. I think in this day and age where surprises are rare, and we often are able to just slap our money down and get whatever we want, it is nice to have that element of unknown when you're shopping there. All in all, is this Hermes obsession part of your life too? Do you think, breathe, and live Hermes as well? Are you on the website scrolling all the time? Are you on those subs and forums researching and living vicariously through other people's experience as well? I would absolutely love to hear how your journey has been so far. Now, it's summer in the car. I am absolutely melting, but I didn't want this fan to take over the sound of my speaking. But it's been amazing having this time together with you and sharing my thoughts. I hope you have a fabulous day.